Hi there and welcome. In this video you'll learn how chest breathing and diaphragmatic breathing works. But first, today's learning goals: you can describe how inhalation and exhalation are achieved. You can explain the difference between chest breathing or thoracic breathing and diaphragmatic breathing or abdominal breathing. Yes, let's start with a bit of background knowledge. Your lungs are kind of stuck to your chest and diaphragm, and you don't need to exactly know how this works, but here's the idea. If your chest expands, it pulls your lungs with it, so they get bigger too, and that lets you inhale. And to breathe, you need a few of important muscles, and these are your respiratory muscles: the diaphragm, the abdominal muscles, the intercostal muscles, and the muscles near the collarbone. And something really important: normal breathing uses both chest breathing and diaphragmatic breathing. And we'll look at each separately, but remember they happen at the same time. Let's start with chest breathing. In chest breathing, your ribs and breastbone move up and down. And when you breathe in, your intercostal muscles contract. This lifts your ribs and breastbone. Your chest cavity or thoracic cavity gets bigger. That makes your lungs expand, and so they become bigger. And because they expand, air is pulled into your lungs. When you breathe out, the intercostal muscles relax again. Your ribs and breastbone move back down. The thoracic cavity gets smaller. Your lungs become smaller, and air is pushed out of them, so it flows out. Now let's look at diaphragmatic breathing or abdominal breathing. In this type of breathing, the diaphragm moves up and down, and this makes the abdominal wall move back and forth, so it makes your belly move in and out, and that's why this is sometimes also called belly breathing. Okay, when you inhale, the diaphragm contracts and moves down, the thoracic cavity gets larger, the lungs expand and become bigger, and air flows in. And when you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and moves back up. The chest cavity or thoracic cavity gets smaller. The lungs shrink and become smaller, and air flows out again. And this is also why pregnant women might feel short of breath towards the end of the pregnancy. During diaphragmatic breathing, your intestines get pushed outwards to make space for the diaphragm to move downwards. But in late pregnancy, there's less space left because of the baby, so the diaphragm can't move down easily, making breathing harder. As I said earlier, chest and diaphragmatic breathing happen together, so at the same time. So here's a quick summary. When you inhale, your diaphragm moves down and your chest and breastbone lift up. That makes your lungs bigger and air flows in. When you exhale, the diaphragm moves back up again and the chest and breastbone drop down. The lungs shrink and air flows out. And yeah, that's it for today. If you want more helpful biology learning videos, then hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you next time.